All right. So, welcome to this Resilient Spirit Journal Jumpstart. I'm Laura Ellie Hudson, and I'm founder of Resilient Spirit, where I work with writers and artists, transformational leaders, and people who are ready to relinquish perfectionism, claim their enoughness, and cultivate courage to do those things you've always wanted to do. Connecting with deep values and inner resources, my clients find their power to heal relationships, complete projects, and become agents of positive change in the world. And so this journal jumpstart is part of that process. It's an opportunity to pause, reconnect with your body, mind, and spirit, and express your authentic voice and soul wisdom. And we'll have 5 minutes of meditation and 10 minutes of writing. Have your writing materials ready. If you're like me, you go old school with a journal and a pen, or if you want to use a computer document, that is just fine, whatever's most comfortable for you. And then find yourself a comfortable position to be in, whether that's seated or lying down or standing, any of those. Whatever, in any of those positions, the thing that you want is so that you can lengthen your spine and your breath can move freely through your body, and you can have a good feeling of connection and rootedness with the ground below. So, with that introduction, let's go ahead and begin. All right. And I invite you to take a couple of just good deep breaths and fill up and then maybe release with the sound of a big sigh or by blowing out the air through your lips as if through a straw. So let's try that. Just breathe in, really fill up your belly and your diaphragm and your chest the best you can, and then let a big sigh or a whoosh or a blowing out. And let's try one more of those again. Big, big breath. And those are kind of the cleansing, releasing breaths. And then if you feel led to do that one more time, go ahead and maybe try rolling your neck. Let your nose guide your head around in a circle to the right, to the left. And maybe try rolling your shoulders up towards your ears and then letting them down. And then as you feel ready and you're aware of your breath again, just allow yourself to find a rhythm and allow yourself to notice your inhale and your exhale. And just settle into a rhythm of expansion and then contraction. Receiving the breath and releasing the breath. And our meditation today is just going to be a simple breath focus, breath awareness. So just continue feeling your belly expand as you inhale, and then letting it soften as you exhale. Rising and falling. And then just allow yourself to continue observing the breath, the rising and the falling. And allowing your senses to become aware of the symphony of now that is all around you. Whenever your mind wanders, just noticing and saying to yourself, thinking, and then allow your attention to return to the breath, rising and falling. Rising and falling. Now coming back to the space that you're in, as you feel ready, letting your eyes open, letting yourself attend to your writing materials, find them and carefully be ready, and continuing to breathe and allow yourself to let the breath move you, even as you come back to presence in the room. And I'm going to read a poem now. And you might, as you listen to it, you might jot down any words or phrases that especially resonate for you. Those can become starting points for your writing. I will also offer a couple of prompts that are just suggestions and a few words that you can play with. And as always, take what inspires you and leave what doesn't. And this is about you and your self-expression. And so the the only rule here is that you have permission to do what you need to do in this space. So I've chosen a poem kind of honoring both the Eastertide season of my spiritual tradition, but also that we have Earth Day coming up on April 22nd. And so I was thinking about both of those things in choosing this poem. It's called Manifesto, the Mad Farmer Liberation Front, which is quite a name. It's by Wendell Berry, an American poet. And here's the poem. Love the quick profit, the annual raise, vacation with pay. Want more of everything ready made. Be afraid to know your neighbors and to die. And you will have a window in your head. Not even your future will be a mystery anymore. Your mind will be punched in a card and shut away in a little drawer. When they want you to buy something, they will call you. When they want you to die for profit, they will let you know. So, friends, every day do something that won't compute. Love the Lord. Love the world. Work for nothing. Take all that you have and be poor. Love someone who does not deserve it. Denounce the government and embrace the flag. Hope to live in that free republic for which it stands. Give your approval to all you cannot understand. Praise ignorance, for what man has not encountered, he has not destroyed. Ask the questions that have no answers. Invest in the millennium. Plant sequoias. Say that your main crop is the forest that you did not plant, that you will not live to harvest. Say that the leaves are harvested when they have rotted into the mold. Call that profit. Prophesy such returns. Put your faith in the 2 inches of humus that will build under the trees every 1,000 years. Listen to carrion. Put your ear close and hear the faint chattering of the songs that are to come. Expect the end of the world. Be joyful, though you have considered all the facts. So long as women do not go cheap for power, please women more than men. Ask yourself, will this satisfy a woman satisfied to bear a child? Will this disturb the sleep of a woman near to giving birth? Go with your love to the fields, lie down in the shade, rest your head in her lap, swear allegiance to what is nighest your thoughts. As soon as the generals and the politicos can predict the motions of your mind, lose it. Leave it as a sign to mark the false trail, the way you didn't go. Be like the fox who makes more tracks than necessary, some in the wrong direction. Practice resurrection. So that's Wendell Berry. And here are some possible entry points for your writing. As always, feel free, as I said, to take what inspires you and leave the rest. And feel free to write against these prompts if that is where your inner expression is directing you today. But here are some prompts. I'm going to put them in the chat as well. Try your hand at writing your own manifesto. Maybe it's a manifesto about living your life the best way you know how. Maybe it's about loving the earth. Maybe it's about anything. But write your a manifesto is kind of a statement of who you are and what you believe in and how you want to live. And so maybe try that. And if otherwise, maybe you want to just try writing in this style, writing short sentences and or starting with imperatives or command kind of words like lie down in the fields or um, leave it as a sign, be like the fox. Those are all imperatives. So that's another thing to try. Or you can write about how you practice resurrection. And that can be however you want to take that, literally or metaphorically, whether it's within your religious tradition to talk about resurrection or not, just whatever you want to do with it is open. And then some words: window, compute, sequoias, songs, birth, allegiance. Those are all words that are in the poem. So those are some ways to get started, and some of you have already started, and that is wonderful. And we'll just take some time now to write. I always say first thought, best thought. So whatever first comes, go ahead and write, and just let the words emerge as they will. So we will let you write for a few minutes. It was kind of a long poem, so I'm going to give us a little bit of extra time for writing. Just reminding you to keep breathing as you write, um, to allow yourself to stay with your body and your body's responses and awareness as you even as you write. And it can help to just keep your hand moving, to just allow your fingers to keep moving. Try not to interrupt the movement, even if you have to write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write a few times in a row in order to keep the flow going. It can just help to keep doing that. There's about 30 seconds left. So this would be a good moment to find a place to stop, recognizing that you can always come back and rework or just continue with whatever thought you had at a later time. All right. And that concludes our meditation and writing time. Thank you for joining me and taking this time to practice your writing and your meditation. And I hope to meet you again next time. Be well and go in peace.